My personal interest in climate change exists because I know that there's something we can do about it. But as a majority, we're not. And that's why I try to work as much as I possibly can, because I know something good is going to come out of it. I'm Jonathan Ferrer from Sunset Park, Brooklyn. They describe New York as a melting pot. I would call this neighborhood alone just a melting pot. We have a highway that runs through our entire neighborhood with no entrances but only exits that higher income neighborhoods don't even see. We have power plants that serve their neighborhoods. I grew up on a waterfront community with no access to my waterfront just because of heavy industry that's on the waterline. Environmental justice means, to me, fighting for what's right. And we run programs at UPROSE to engage younger groups of people in order to introduce a knowledge of environmental justice. I was one of them at one point. I didn't understand what could possibly happen if I didn't step up and do something. A lot of us don't understand the things that are in our community and what they're doing to our community. A big thing that we started was the community mapping. We would walk around with groups of kids with notepads and maps and count the different burdens that we see. And to understand that a contaminated field could possibly be a playground for them to play in is something to get them used to seeing how to make change in their own neighborhood. For me personally, Sandy was not a surprise. Weather patterns are changing and they will continue to change just based on the damage we've done already. The Climate Justice and Resiliency Center was started here at UPROSE, and the overall goal was to come up with a plan on how to fight climate change. Probably about 500 people that should be expected tomorrow, maybe even more. We've been trying to find a way to collect as many youth as we can to participate in environmental justice. The summit is a 2-day event. There's workshops, there's learning circles. I'm a youth organizer at UPROSE and I'm here to kick this thing off. A lot of these youth know nothing about the environment, know nothing about the impact that the things they do have on the world. You came because our generation is going to be impacted by the environmental burdens we live in. But most of all, you came because you know frontline resistance. So let's get this started. At the Climate Justice Youth Summit, there's workshops that happen the entire 2 days. There's an environmental justice and climate justice intro 101. We try to engage them as much as possible. We try to get their minds working so that they can see how they can turn just an idea into reality.
Jonathan is important because he represents a community of people that are going to be most impacted by climate change. Low-income people, people of color, young people, they have to step into leadership immediately. Community is defined by having everybody on the table, and that means young people.
My close group of friends still don't understand completely why I do the work I do. When I explain to them that I have a rational fear of sea level rise, that means something. They understand that, wait, that's something that someone's actually afraid of. That's the most common effect that I've had on people, is just getting that going in their mind. I feel good when I do something for someone, and the environmental work I'm doing is for future generations.